Death Road to Canada is one of my favorite games ever. The gameplay is not only engaging but also hilarious, with some of the most creative game elements I've ever seen. One of these creative elements is the rare characters. The developers of Death Road to Canada created tons and tons of rare recruitable characters, the majority of which are based off a stereotype, a fictional character, or a real person. Additionally, most rare characters have some kind of overpowered or unique ability, as well as their own dialogue or events that bring their own fun and extravagant flair to the game. With more than 80 recruitable characters in the game, it's clear that the devs put a lot of time and energy into the development of these characters. So I did some digging and created a list of my top 10 recruitable characters in the game. Before we dive in, I want to note that I'm not including characters that you can't recruit normally in the game, so the experimental characters are outie for this one. Also, if you haven't played Death Road to Canada, stick around anyway. You might see some characters you recognize. Number 10, Link. Link is a decently strong character who always starts out with good fitness and strength. What makes him most remarkable though is his ability to find and upgrade weapons. Randomly during driving events, Link will find a chest that contains a weapon. This will almost always be a boomerang or a sword, and the more chests that are found, the stronger the weapons will get. For instance, he starts off with a wooden sword, but eventually he'll wind up with the Master Sword, which has twice as much power. But what puts him this low on the list is his despair event. If Link reaches 0 morale, he'll start swinging around his sword randomly, which will seriously hurt and even possibly kill your characters. I had a run where everyone had 1 hit point left, and upon reaching this event, every single one of my characters were killed, ending my run there. So if you get Link, just make sure to keep his morale high. Number 9, Doc. Doc is a scientist who has maxed out wits and mechanic. She has 2 weapons that can't be dropped. A solar pistol, which is pretty powerful, and this thing called a science-y doodad, which is actually a teleporter. Her weapons hold electric charge, and she charges them between missions. The weapons are cool, but they both come with caveats. The pistol is great, but Doc has 0 in the shooting skill, making her weapon not as effective as it would be with somebody with stronger shooting skill. And since the pistol can't be dropped, nobody else can use it, so she's stuck with it. So what you get is what you get. And likewise, her teleporter can be really useful. But when she's in a group, only she will be teleported, leaving everybody behind and forcing them to walk normally to catch up. A decent strategy could be sending her on solo missions so that she can really utilize that teleporter, but in a group setting, it's practically useless. Number 8, Hunk. Hunk is a generally strong character, joining the group with maxed shooting and very good fitness and strength. But what really sets Hunk apart is his trademark weapon, a modded Dead 9 pistol. It's twice as strong as an Uzi and twice as fast as a Dolt, making it one of the best weapons to have. Interestingly, you can buy the regular Dead 9 pistol from Hunk directly, but only recruiting him will give you access to a special modded version. Number 7, Valkyrie. Valkyrie joins the team with both great fitness and strength stats. And she comes with an insanely powerful hammer that she can hit zombies with normally, or she can throw at them. If she throws the hammer, it'll bounce back to her like a boomerang, hitting zombies in its path. The difficult thing about Valkyrie, though, is that because she's constantly throwing her hammer, it is really easy for her to lose it. That's because if you leave a room or enter a building, if the hammer's not currently in your inventory, it won't fly back to you. So if you're doing a standard looting mission, there's a good chance she's going to lose her hammer, leaving her potentially weaponless. Fortunately, her hammer will always respawn in the car's trunk if you lose it during a mission, so that's something. Number 6, Wizard. Wizard is a recruitable character that can be found at trader camps. Like Hunk, he's most strongly valued solely for his undroppable weapon, a wand that the game calls a Whizzle Stick. The Whizzle Stick shoots out a large energy ball that not only knocks down and kills nearby zombies, but it also chases other zombies, and when the ball hits a zombie, it multiplies. The energy ball is also ranged, so it can be shot at zombies from far away. This weapon is extremely powerful and can only be obtained by recruiting the Wizard, who can't drop or break the weapon, so it's essentially tied to his character. In turn, it makes the Wizard one of the most valuable rare characters to have. Number 5, Nomi. Nomi is an awesome character to have if you're in need of more team members during missions. His special mechanic revolves around his poking attack. While it doesn't do much to damage zombies, it always has a chance of summoning someone or something to help out during any mission. Whenever Nomi pokes a zombie, there's a 50% chance that it's going to spawn in a helper. Within that 50%, there's an 81% chance the helper will be a battle rodent, which has very good strength and fitness. A 10% chance it'll be a punch-zerker, who is insanely strong, having the ability to throw ranged punches, and a 9% chance it'll be another gnome, who seems to have the same abilities as regular Nomi. Nomi can summon multiple rodents and gnomes each mission, but they disappear after a few seconds. However, Nomi can only summon one punch-zerker, but he stays with the team until the mission ends. Nomi also has boosted dexterity, making him faster than most of the other characters. However, Nomi's big caveat is that he only has one hit point, meaning he can die very easily in missions or on road events. He would be much higher on the list if it weren't for his extremely low health. Number 4, George. George is probably my personal favorite rare character, even though he doesn't really have any special abilities. He's really hard to get, too. You need a very specific set of circumstances, but if you do manage to recruit him, he is a legend. He has completely maxed out shooting, wits, loyalty, mechanical, and medical, meaning that he's a great shooter for looting in siege events, awesome to have if the car breaks down, and will heal the team without the need for medical supplies, amongst other stellar perks. Number 3, Samedi. Samedi has the Skeleton Queen perk. This causes her to spawn a skeleton at the start of every mission to help fight, as well as an additional skeleton every time she takes damage. And the first time she dies, instead of actually dying, she explodes and becomes a perfectly healthy, playable skeleton. Samedi's skeleton helpers, as well as her extra life, are extremely helpful. All of this makes Samedi a very valuable rare character. Number 2, Brock. Brock is a newer rare character that I didn't know about until I got the game on PC recently. When joining the team, Brock also brings along 9 Pukeballs. Whenever a Pukeball is used, a colorful creature, Pukemon if you will, emerges to help fight. Brock always ensures that the team has Pukeballs. If the amount of Pukeballs the team has ever drops below 3, he will add one to the trunk after each mission. He also has a Pukemon that follows him around everywhere called a Geodyde. And Geodyde also attacks zombies. Geodyde also evolves, gaining strength and fitness after each evolution. Also, if Brock dies, Geodyde can be recruited as a permanent member of the party. Overall, this is insanely powerful. Pukeballs are a huge help when you're in a cinch, which Brock ensures never run out. And Brock also having a permanent Pukemon companion in Geodyde is such a humongous help. Before we get into the number 1 rare character, here are a few honorable mentions. Anime Girl is ridiculously overpowered. She has an unequipable wand that has a high fire rate and accuracy. She would have made it to the top 10 if it weren't for her huge caveat. You can't have her for more than 3 in-game days. Shortly upon recruiting her, she starts melting. Over the course of 3 game days, she'll keep melting and melting until she eventually just explodes. Knight is an extremely helpful character, definitely an asset for any mission or siege. She has maxed out strength, maxed out fitness, an extra 3 hit points, and she has her own weapon that can one-shot zombies. The downside is that you can only have her for 1 mission. When you randomly come across Knight on the road, she'll offer to join you for a battle or a single mission. After that single mission, she'll leave, never to be seen again. Mason is an awesome character. He has 2 great unbreakable weapons, being a machete and a chainsaw, and he also has maxed fitness and strength. An insane feat about this character is that unless he's alone on a team with 0 morale, he cannot possibly die. That means if you get him killed while on a mission, he's not going anywhere. He will return right after the mission. So yeah, he's very overpowered. Even so, he is a humongous detriment to any team. And that's because he will kill your entire party. If he has low morale, he'll kill someone. If he dies in a mission and returns, he'll kill someone. There's even a possibility that during random camping events, he'll kill someone. Who he kills is always chosen randomly, but it happens so often that it's pretty yikesy for most runs. Number 1, Moody. Moody is arguably the best rare character that you can have. He's got max strength, max fitness, and max shooting, making him an extremely powerful asset. In addition to that, you don't have to worry about a lack of weapons with this guy. Moody has his own personal arsenal of weapons that he cycles through each mission. And some of these he uses his own ammo for too. For instance, his plasm rifle, which uses its own ammo, deals very high damage. He also has his own chainsaw, which will use his own battery supply rather than the team's gas. His rocket launcher also uses its own rockets. It fires shots that explode on impact, making it a super powerful weapon. He can also cycle through standard guns like a pistol, shotgun, minigun, and double shotgun in his arsenal, so he's always equipped with something ranged. The only downsides to this are that the selection for each mission is random, so you can't choose which of these weapons he'll bring out, and he also can't drop any of his weapons. But the downsides hardly discount his character, given that any weapon he pulls out will be insanely powerful. So that was my top 10 rare characters in Death Road to Canada. Who are your favorite rare characters, and what did you think about this list? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed, I'd love for you to subscribe so I can see you again. Bye!